someone here, not front it up. Not in someone here knows to introduce voice, and today we'll be watching Why Girls Like Malie Don So Much by Dancehall Decoded. So yo, I could get into it.
Is full of many artists who have won the love and affection of the ladies, with many female fans around the world, willing to go to some crazy lengths to show their love. 450. More I use my spit and spit up by your balls, then I wait in my car in my sleep. But there's one right now who is taking the scene by
Yes.
absolute storm, and that is none other than Malie Don. But Malie did not come into dancehall as a girl artist, and even now mostly portrays an image of badness more than anything else. So why is it that the ladies like this man so much? Well, to understand this, we need to take it all the way back to September 8, 2018, when a 16-year-old Malie Don would begin uploading his first few songs to YouTube. These songs were generally less about women and more about general dancehall themes such as money and badness. However, this would take a shift when 2021 would come around and a new era would take over dancehall. Scamming. Malie Don was one of the first new gen artists to fully embrace the chopping wave, and embrace it he did, because as soon as he sung songs like NCB, his numbers saw a massive increase. But no song took him to the stratosphere like the song Crook, which based on the name, you already know what it's about. And of course, the song went insane. Malie would continue to ride this wave for the following months to come, focusing exclusively on scamming music while only dropping one and two girl songs in between, namely Every Time and Unfair Games with Stardust. But in doing all of this, the most important thing he focused on was leaning into the badness side of his image, especially since he was affiliated with the Camp 6, a group of individuals known for their less than legal activities. Eventually, Malie would continue to climb into the game with songs like Paper Chaser, Vanilla Card,
You
and
know, I don't really understand why Malie Don did actually. I feel like the word on did Chronicle was really for cloud. Because like if you wanna come from the six camp, why not do the infighting shit? Like it never made no sense at the time. But maybe might just saw an opportunity and just take on the by right, if me I'll be honest and real myself, Chronicle the loser already, but back to why the girl them love off Malidan, is it?
and he would just get bigger and bigger over time, racking up millions of views. But no song let his name become more known than the absolute banger that is V6, which blew up to astronomical proportions and took his career from local chopping artist to global name. But even at this point, he still wasn't really singing for the ladies and would drop many more songs about the same topics that were trending, but nothing for the girls. That was until something would eventually happen. He decided to try something new, a different and more chill style as opposed to his usual violent and gruesome lyrics. And that song was called Cups Up. And whether it was because of the time of year or what the culture needed at that specific moment in time, contrary to what some would have expected, that song became an absolute hit and instantly shot past the majority of his discography. Instead of
Maybe when you even start listening to some more Malidan music, is it? Maybe me not really so versed in Malidan and him catalog. Not tell no lie. Not tell no lie. Me not really so versed in a man catalog. Well, because all me know kind about Malidan was through V6. After that, I never really cared that much about him music unless until like him drop Miss Grippy. Our next song I go get wild and skin out. That song that tough you know dog. Yeah, it's on the tough your foot. But anyway, back to the video.
being bodies dropping and clients sending the funds, Malie was making a song directly for the party environment. And of course, the ladies absolutely loved it. And of course, as a smart man, if you see something working, you're gonna wanna do it again. And so just a month later, he would try another experiment, dropping a song that was completely out of left field of anything he had ever done before. A song called Snake Eye, which at this point was one of the most nasty, raunchy, and disgusting songs he had ever dropped. But of course, you can imagine who liked that song. The ladies. And now that the concept had been officially proven, he had no reason to not keep going. And so, with a newfound drop.
I mean, if it's not broken, then why fix it? If it's not broke, why fix it? If it don't work, do it. Because if this is the main way to push yourself in the forefront of the dancehall, do it. If your intention is to fucking take over, okay. Alright. Alright.
Malie Don headed back to the the studio, and just 3 days later emerged with an absolute bombshell that not even he could have predicted would have done what it did. He decided that if the ladies wanted him to be his most brawling, raw self, then he would hold back absolutely nothing. And that was when he came with the song Little Miss Grippy. And people, don't let the numbers fool you. This song is an absolute hit. If you live anywhere close to grown men and women and nighttime comes, just know that you will probably hear this song coming from somebody's bedroom door, and you know that that means somebody's daughter is getting
Oh
sent to
fuck, other song yeah. Other song gonna get wild and skin out. So you know other same thing I lick on this grip here.
another dimension. The song found its way into pretty much every bedroom playlist in the country and even outside of the country. And it was from this point that his female fans would truly see him as the gunman she want in a sheol. But it gets even crazier because just after that, he would drop a third song in a row just for the ladies. And as crazy as that last song went, this one somehow did even more. A song that racked up over 12 million views called Dungeon. And if Malie was not fully solidified in the girl named mind after Little Miss Grippy, he definitely was now. He went on to drop more songs like Run Please, Dora, and Fountain. And while there were still occasionally badness songs in between, it was very clear where his new focus lied. And as his numbers grew day by day, so did the level of wildness and freeness in his lyrics. Which brings me to reason number one of why the ladies love Malie Don so much. If you ask any of them, the first thing they will say is his lyrics. It's no surprise that people like sexual lyrics in music. And trust me, we're dancehall fans. We know sexual lyrics in music. But even I was shocked when I heard some of the things that Malie Don was saying. Even for dancehall standards, it wasn't the typical, oh baby, a pum pum tight and clean. It was more like, bitch, bust me in your face and dash up on the ground. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo, that's all like on WWE promo before disaster strike, is it? Like say yo I say yo a woman wrestler call next one wrestler, right? I call her a bitch and then say yo show one body summer to the ground like this woman them I go for dog. And then I saw I saw you go like I saw you go. Sometimes I saw you have to talk to some of them like God say I know. God know brother. If I did so I take that's how we have to go start do. Call them bitch more often. Yo.
I never think say woman them would have like that. But to my surprise, every single comment section I opened was full of things like this. And the ones defending him were none other than the very ladies themselves. But why is this the case? This is because, according to what some of the female fans have told me, whenever they hear a song that speaks to them in a certain type of way, it makes them feel like a bad bitch. One of these very women described to me that she has never felt sexier than when she sits down and listens to one of these songs. Hence why they love to post with them on their IG stories so much. It really makes them feel like say them have the tightest punani on the earth. But something's still missing here. Because by this logic, this applies to all artists, not just Malie Don. So we have to look a little bit deeper and ask ourselves why it's so prominent with him. Well, on top of the music being pretty much the most wild and direct out of anybody else, there's a little thing in the marketing community that works pretty much more effectively than any other tactic to get something popular. And that's what we call social proof. This basically describes the effect that takes place when somebody sees that everybody else likes something or thinks a certain type of way. They automatically feel like they also have to align with that mindset. The same reason why
So you get then this guy is up. What am I say? It all gonna be right? People are gravitating and gonna validate what am I be dog. Dog that powerful in a youth. As real as it gets. That shit powerful dog. We have social proof basically validate your existence to others so just so they can see why you're flipping important. Why what you say of value. Open or take notes, dog. Open all the youth them out there when I get a get a favorite approach, man. Open or take notes, my youth.
to get people to come to your party, You have to make it look like there are people in your party. A lot of girls are prone to like what the other girls like. And I don't care who you are. If all you're hearing every day is how much your female friends love Malie Don and would like just one night with him, you're at least going to be curious to find out why. Which actually brings me to the third and currently most prominent reason for Malie Don's takeover as the Gyal artist. Yes, the ladies always loved Malie, but it only really started to reach the level we talk about now in the past year or so, when he ascended to new proportions and fully took over Baker's position as the artist that every girl wanted. After climbing to the top, the only other girl artist Malie was competing against was Armani, who had previously had the best year of his career. But you see, unlike Malie, Armani had pretty much exclusively been targeting the ladies for majority of his career, and so this was going to be a very tough battle to see who would come out on top. And as much as some people would have probably expected them to compete hard and go banger for banger for banger to see who comes out as number one.
Oh shit! I think they put out one song already, you know, I when I listen to the song about Harmony, and like a years, span of a years, Harmony I sing song for you girl them. Like Harmony barely even doing a gangster song or nothing like that, but on a party song, majority of Harmony music is for the girl them. I have to respect Harmony. Harmony I like one of the best man artists out there right now. I sing for the girl them. Exclusive I put out woman song. Rate him down to the ground, is it?
Them decided to do something that absolutely nobody expected. They came together and not competed, but collaborated. And not only just collaborated, but became a dynamic duo. Because after the success of their first song, 7 o'clock, when the ladies absolutely ate it up and begged for more, they did not stop until they gave them a follow-up song. And to this day, 8 o'clock is easily one of the biggest hit songs of the entire year. After 8 o'clock came 9 p.m. and Charge Up, and the fans are still asking for more. And so, because of these massive collaborations, all of the girls who previously only liked Armani were now also fans of Malie, and vice versa. In just one move, Malie Don's fan base and loyalty with the ladies basically doubled. And my view of the perception of fame is that people will view how relevant you are based on who you associate with. And this includes both your friends and your enemies, which is why Alkaline clashing with Babs Cartel basically put them on the same level in people's minds, even if Alkaline had not done the accomplishments that he had. The crossover with Armani was basically the final step that Malie used to be seen as fully on the side of the ladies and less on the side of the streets. And while he still does obviously represent for the six, I'm sure that by this point he realizes that having every girl in the country on the edge of their seat is not only a much more commercially profitable experience for his career, but also, let's be real, he's probably benefiting in other ways as well. But speaking of the female fans, if you want to find
Dog. No, 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 no.
dancehall is full of
No, 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 nada, nada, nada. But yeah,
Alkaline had not done the accomplishments that he.
but yeah. Basically, the video done, right? Wanna please go support the video, like, comment, and subscribe to both my channel and Dancehall Decoded because, like, bro, Malie Don, he's smart. Me have to give dog that. He's smart as fuck. One of the smartest dancer artists out there right now. Me have to give him props because that make a whole heap of sense, bro. You see, I'm like Armani who had this thing for a long time with woman them. As team base audience. You know, must fucking join him and build it own a career together like dog. It's smart as fuck. Now have some newfound respect for Malie Don after the video. Big up to Dancehall Decoded. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I don't own this video. It's not my original video. Please support the official release. Thank you for the time. Big up on yourself. Till the next video. I sign out.